Hello and welcome to our presentation. My name is Shane Stafford. I'm the principal at Eden Elementary School. And our presentation is going to be over our Wildcat Warrior time, which is our RTI time. This is our first year being an ACT school. We're very excited about the opportunity that we have. With me is helping to present Miss Kelly Hager, our math interventionist, Miss Wanda Kirk, first grade teacher, and Miss Micah Davis, a second grade teacher. So the problem of practice that we kind of came up with was improving the Wildcat Warrior time to advance outcomes for all students. One thing that we were seeing is just that students were entering grade levels not really ready for that grade level material. So definitely a problem of practice that we wanted to target. So our theory of action, Eden Elementary will implement an effective RTI program in order to deliver differentiated individual instruction so that our school will have higher percentages of students performing on grade level. Really, our RTI, we really wanted to target each student's individual needs, making sure that we get those students exactly what they need to push their learning to a higher level.
Okay, we base that on the um, map data from fall of 2018 and 2019. From the PowerPoint, you can see that our students who entered first grade, their scores um, from fall of 2018, and then they're going into fall of 2019. So our short and long-term goals were to have students 40%, 5% of our students above the 41st percentile by winter of 2019 and 50% above the 41st percentile by spring of 2020. Our long-term goals were improving student achievement in math and reading to ensure that all students are ready for grade level instruction. So the plan that we developed, we would create a Wildcat Warrior block for reading and math for K2 students. Reading interventions would be held during the guided reading block, and math interventions would be held during a set-aside block for K through 2 grades from 2:15 to 2:45. Intermediate grades would have their Wildcat Warrior time at different times of the day depending on their schedule. They would be placed in content area groups based on needs as determined by formative assessments. So after that was put into place, we got our winter data from MAP, and we didn't see the results that we hoped we would see from the interventions. We saw growth in some grades, but not all grades and not all content areas. And then we put our scores into a proficiency table based on the linking study from MAP for grades 3 through 6. And for K2, it's just a generic scale that we made up. And we saw that we still didn't have the percentage of students that we needed to be working at grade level for reading or for math. So that brought us to the conclusion that we needed to do something else besides just intervention because our students were not ready for grade level instruction. So then we revised our plan.
Okay, so we came together as a team, we met, and we also spoke with Miss Carroll, and we talked about what could we do to uh, to correct this. It was more of a core instruction problem instead of an RTI issue. So we revised our problem of practice to be Eden Elementary 6 to improve alignment of instructional assessment tasks and student work to academic content standards to ensure students are ready for next level learning when they transition from grade to grade. We want to make sure that we're ready for the next grade, and we had to adjust our core instruction. Our revised theory of action will now be, we will actively participate in professional learning to understand the architecture and structure of Kentucky academic standards in order to deliver instruction that actively engages the students in high-level learning congruent with grade level standards so that our students will be prepared for success at the next grade level. So we decided we needed to do a real in-depth study of the standards. Again, we've had a lot of new teachers that may not have got the intensive study of standards as some of the older teachers had, and things change all the time. So we thought it would be good for everyone to do that, to dive right into the standards all over again. And here is our revised plan. The teachers are going to participate in professional learning. So we would have things after school to geared towards reading, a reading session where we focus all on the reading standards, and a math session we focus on the math standards. Students will set and track learning goals aligned to the standards, implement a school-wide active student learning strategies and share strategies with parents at a parent event. Principal will participate in professional learning to understand the architecture and structure of Kentucky academic standards, and principal will participate in professional learning and develop and analyze instructional tasks, assessments, and student work to determine grade level alignment and support teachers in making necessary revisions to achieve the alignment.
So with our new problem of practice, we changed our short-term and long-term goals. So some of our short-term goals are now that teachers will analyze instructional plans and assessments to determine if instruction and assessments are aligned with the grade level standards. Teachers will develop aligned instruction and assessments that increase student engagement and opportunity to learn at their grade level. And teachers will analyze student work to determine if students met expectation and intent of the standards. So instead of just giving an assessment that may be with our curriculum we use or something that we find online, we are really now wanting our teachers to really look at that assessment that they are giving or just everyday work and make sure that it does align with those standards and that it's not just another assessment to give a grade on, to make sure that it really is showing what our students are working on and if they are um, proficient at that standard that we are teaching. So students will be able to use the standard aligned performance criteria to analyze their own work and to determine if the standards have been met. Students will be actively engaged in tracking their learning, engagement, and progress toward their grade level goals, and there will be an increase in independent student reading of grade level complex text. So we want to make sure that our students are also um, having some more responsibility with their learning to make sure that they can see that they are meeting those standards. And our overall long-term goals that we hope to see through this change is that Eden Elementary will create a culture of high expectations with rigorous grade level instruction that actively engages the students in high level learning congruent with their grade level standards, and that Eden Elementary will create systems and tools that ensure standard aligned teaching and learning and prepare students for success at their next level of learning.
And so we were right at the part where we were getting ready to change from our initial goal, our initial problem of practice, and all of this COVID-19 hit. So we were getting ready to implement the trainings for the teachers on the on the standards, math and reading standards, um, and then everything just shut down. So we are at this point where we're trying to figure out how to get the teachers trained through Zoom, Google Meet, or whatever we have to use. That's where we're at.